Hey guys, I just arrived in Hue. I came here by bus from Phong Nha. If you want to see what I got up to there, then definitely check out my previous video. The bus, strangely enough, was also a sleeper bus even though it was during the morning. But anyways, now I've arrived at Hue's Happy Homestay and I got a little private room all to myself for 2 nights because it was 11 euros per night, which is what I would usually pay for a dorm on other continents. So I decided to treat myself, and I even have a little makeup desk, a fridge, and AC. So I am a very happy girl with a huge bed. Can't complain. After checking in, it was time to head off to explore the city center of Hue. I walked all the way to the Imperial City, the most important historical site in Hue. The main area where all the hostels and restaurants are located is on the other side of the river. The center of Hue is a crucial spot to learn about Vietnamese history. From 1802 to 1945, the Imperial City protected the Nguyen dynasty. If it confuses you, like it did me, then here's a timeline of the Vietnamese dynasties, with the empire in Hue being the last one and the one that we visited in Hanoi dating back to the 11th century. My first visit here in Hue is the Imperial City. This used to be the royal palace of this dynasty here in central Vietnam. It consists of the Forbidden Purple City, which is the inner courts inside the middle of the Imperial City, and that is where the residencies were, the palaces of the emperors, and around it are gardens, temples, and so much more. So I'm off to go walk around and explore around the Imperial City. I started off my visit at the temples in the southwest of the citadel. This is where the emperors were worshipped. This entire city is so huge. If it wasn't for this map that I got at the entrance, I simply would not have known where to go or where I was at any given time. But this makes it really easy to see the route that you have to take or that you can take, and also the exits, which is very useful to know. The next stop was the residency of the Queen's mother. What I liked a lot about the Queen's mother's residency is that there is a testimonial movie of one of her maids, and the maid, I guess, is still alive today because this empire existed and the palace was in use until 1945, and this maid started working for the emperors at the age of 8. Yeah, it's so fascinating. It's nice to hear and see some testimonials aside from just the buildings as well, but also see like the human aspect of it. This was only just a third of the complex, and I continued on to the main palace, which was unfortunately being renovated, and ending with the royal gardens. Due to Hue's position in the center of the country, it was fought over greatly in the American War. You can do a day trip to the demilitarization zone between Phong Nha and Hue if you want to learn more about it. You can find a few different tombs of the Nguyen dynasty around Hue. The closest is Tu Duc tomb. Other tombs worth visiting in Hue include the Khai Dinh tomb and the Min Mang tomb, which is 12 kilometers from the city and can be reached by boat. I passed by the Royal Theatre and the Treasury before heading back to the homestay. This area is known for great coffee and local dishes, so naturally I spent the rest of the day eating and having a delicious salt coffee. We went to T's restaurant where I had the lemongrass skewers, but you must have the noodles with grilled pork. Gan Quay had the best banh mi in town. It was honestly some of the best banh mi I've tried in all of Vietnam. We have made it to the abandoned water park in Hue, and this water park is actually kind of off limits, but everyone visits it anyway. There is a security guard, and if you do come here by bike, you'll have to pay 20,000 dong. But we just got here by Grab because there was 3 of us, so we could share it. It's a bizarre place. There's not much around, but there is this beautiful dragon. I couldn't find the way into the mouth of the dragon. I just walked around aimlessly inside though, but my friends are waiting because I spent a bit of time flying the drone. So yeah, I just want to get back to them now, and I'm not gonna worry too much about getting up a very broken down building. The abandoned water park in Hue has been left abandoned for well over a decade. On the grounds, you'll find rusty water slides, a deserted lazy river, and a giant dragon on the center of the lake. You can visit this place at your own risk since they do not guarantee it is safe to explore. I had to have one last salt coffee before enjoying the evening and heading to bed early for the big day. We should have started at 8 a.m. but left more than an hour late to drive scooters from Hue to Hoi An. We rented motorbikes with Motorvina, and they gave us this route with cool stops along the way. The first worthy stop was the Anbang Cemetery, or City of Ghosts. There are so many colorful tombs here that it actually looks more like a city than a cemetery. People are buried in different directions depending on their Chinese star signs, which is why a Vietnamese cemetery often looks chaotic. Next up, we stopped in Vinh Hien to admire the lagoon and the fishermen going about their day here. Before continuing our journey to one of the highlights of the day, the Thak Ni Ho waterfall. It took ages for our lunch to be prepared here, so we went for a dip before devouring a giant plate of noodles. We continued our trip already getting quite late. We reached this restaurant which looks out on the ocean. We didn't have much time left, but the guys couldn't resist going for another swim and some body surfing. We raced against the sunset to start the best stretch of road of the day, the Hai Van Pass, what it is all about. This is one of the most beautiful coastal roads in Vietnam, winding through lush forests with waterfalls running along the roads and breathtaking views of the coast. I wish we could have enjoyed these views more, but the sun was setting fast and we still had an hour and a half to go. Luckily, we just had to drive through the city of Da Nang to finally reach Hoi An, one of my favorite places in Vietnam, which you can see all about in my next video. If you want to see what I get up to in Vietnam, then definitely subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. My time in Vietnam has been absolutely incredible, so if you don't want to miss any of that, I will see you in the next video. Bye!